All right, I'm done. I've had it. I'm just mad now.
Oh, are you sure? Because you know this won't be the last time.
I know, and that makes me even angrier, man. But this is ridiculous. I mean, you got monsters and ghosts out there actually putting in some work. They're actually killing people. They're actually jumping out at people. And this motherfucker in this movie, what does he get to do? Move a chair, run behind somebody.
This is something I've never understood about any of these paranormal activity movies. Because I'm like, this ghost or demon, whatever he is, the least efficient use of telekinesis I've ever seen. It's like he can't decide. Does he just want to be a prankster, or does he want to go ahead and kill people?
It's like, Ghost, what are you, hourly? Come on, let's fucking move this shit along.
I mean, it's like the ghost is part of the labor union, where he's like, well, according to my contract, I don't have to kill anybody until the second week.
Oh yeah, no,
he's just sitting around eating donuts.
There's a contract that says this ghost doesn't have to do shit until 10 minutes before the movie's over.
Yeah.
Really, for the whole movie, they just got fishing wire attached to a chair. I mean, he's just sitting up there with coffee, like, I ain't on yet. Hey man, I'm still off the clock. You want me to get up and say boo or something? Nah, man.
It's still Casper's shift. Fuck that.
And it'd be different if he was like started out slow but was building, but this ghost or demon, whatever he is, bullshits for a long time. I mean, it's like, okay, there's a knife. Now he's about to step it up. No, I'm going to move a chair a little bit more.
No, he takes a knife and goes off and starts doing what? Putting some jam on toast. It's like, man, stab somebody with that.
Yes, but that is demonic toast, Corey.
So when it comes to that point, when he decides to go ahead and kill everybody, you're like, what the hell, man? Where'd that come from?
Yeah. No, man. Okay, you know what? I can't get mad at this ghost. This shit, I take a paycheck for doing nothing too.
I ain't mad at no ghost.
Yeah. Man, did you write that one down?
No, I did not. See, if you give me stuff to work with off the fly, let's keep this going.
Exactly.
If the Ghostbusters came in, they'd be like, come on, but there's nothing for us to do.
Yeah. He'd be sitting in the car with the Ghostbusters. Yeah. Wait, what y'all want to do? Wait a minute.
He'd just be moving the rear view mirror around like, ha ha.
Yeah. Stop that.
Knock it off.
Yeah. Hey, what's this button do? Stop. Damn it.
You're more annoying than Rick Moranis.
Oh, that's just wrong, man. I'm going now.
I was going to kill his family now that you said that.
Shit. Anyway, I'm on right now. I got to go kill some people. Hey, you know what? I can't get mad at this ghost, though, man, because it's the people that I'm mad at, really. It's the audience for this movie. I mean,
okay.
They got these people fooled. People, I'm telling you, this is nothing that you haven't seen in the previous movies. When I say nothing, I mean nothing. Nothing happens. This is boring. And you people, these people come in this movie, you want to be scared so bad. You're so taken in. You're so seduced and fooled by this title that when you see anything in the movie, like most of this movie spends time, it really literally has cats jumping in front of the camera, people coming in and playing pranks on other people, and you see maybe a brush of darkness go behind somebody, and every time you people are like, oh my God, and it's like it's not that
It's like
scary.
being at the cheapest haunted house you've ever been to on Halloween, where it's like, this is really boring and it's not well designed, and then somebody like jumps out, you're like, oh, that was fleeting. Great, wonderful.
Yeah.
No, you're right. It's one of those where even from the first one, like I never liked this series from the beginning, but I kind of like acquiesced and went, all right, you guys are into it, people like it. I guess I can kind of see something there. It has no effect on me, but whatever. But now that we're 4 in, I'm like, even you diehards have got to go like, wait, something new has to happen.
We have seen this shit so often they should start calling it fairly normal activity.
Yeah.
Like, at this point, it's not paranormal. We know what the fuck to expect.
No, that is true, man.
That is true.
There is. I don't even know what to tell you anymore. This is how bad this series is.
How bad is it?
I will tell you how bad it's become. They don't even know where the cameras are coming from now. They try to. I mean, I don't even know what the story is anymore because they force all this stuff in there. The connection here is the girl Katie. I guess it was and this is a direct sequel to number 2, not the last one, because the last one was sort of a prequel, but this is a direct sequel to number 2 where Katie ran off with that baby after killing everybody in the house and killing her boyfriend. And they tell you that their whereabouts have been unknown for a few years, and apparently they found a real estate agent and found another house.
See, here's my question. Okay, so she's living with creepy Von Omen kid in the house across the street. What is life like in that house?
Right.
Like, all the windows are boarded up. They're living in a house with 19th century furniture. No one else goes in there. Like, does Katie get up every morning and, like, make him cereal? Like, okay, now eat your cereal because we have souls to take. Like, what? Just daily life in that house? I don't understand.
She pours him a bowl of blueberry.
Oh, blueberry.
And that's why that kid goes across the street, because there's another a white family across the street who leaves cameras on 24 hours a day.
This movie's racist.
Yeah.
I'm just going to say it.
Is it racist in what way?
In that you got to kill. Oh, look, white people. I guess we better go kill the whole family. Whatever. I'm just saying. The look on your face is priceless.
Well, they live in a segregated neighborhood.
No, this is true. It is like a planned community where it's like, oh, this way we keep all the minorities out. We'll never get killed. Whoops.
No, I want to see that prequel where they did actually try this in a black neighborhood. and nothing. I mean, the moment the black people were like, I feel a breeze. Get the fuck out of here. Wait, I haven't even dropped a dish yet. Oh, fuck. I got to go to another white
This is the
family.
movie that made me go, these stupid white people, get out of the house.
No, this is how bad it is. This is how bad it is. This ghost goes across the street to another white family, and this family keeps cameras on all day long, 24 hours a day. And when we say a ghost, we're kind of misleading. The kid, apparently the kid from that Katie stole has grown up to look like a little 7-year-old Patton Oswalt, and he starts going across the street hanging out with the family. And when the family, now I don't even know how this works, but
okay, he's a creepy kid from across the street that they feel sorry for because he's got a single mom. And ambulance show up at his house, take her away to the hospital, and
so when the mom disappears,
the family's like, well, he's got nobody else. We got to take him in. Take in that little creepster? No fucking way.
Is she still considered a single mom if she's possessed by multiple entities? That's what I want to know. Is that still technically a single mom? I think he's actually got like 14 parents, and they're all demons.
If none of those demons have jobs, then she's still a single.
Oh,
yeah,
then
they're all
okay.
kind of deadbeats.
They're not bringing any income. They're not earners.
That explains why there's no furniture in the house. Okay.
But this family says, like, hey, this kid has nothing. We must take him in.
Oh, that kid has something already.
Oh, yeah,
The kid
he got
has
something.
a goddamn fucking giant invisible demon with him everywhere he goes. And with this family, there's only... now this is another bad thing about this. This is the typical family. Now we make this joke all the time about how the white family just stays in there and they just like, hey, this is weird, but this is really how this family is. The teenager in the family, the girl, she's a 15-year-old girl. What's the girl's name?
It's Alex.
Yeah, played by Catherine Newton. And this girl that keeps telling her family, they're like, this kid, he's brought something to the house with him. I don't feel comfortable here. And the parents are like, oh, you're crazy. Oh, you kids and your video cameras. Oh, that's a special effect. Wow, I couldn't do that back in the day myself. Y'all are. I mean, they brush her off like it's nothing.
Yeah, okay, I will say something positive about this movie. Because
you're the one.
I'm the one.
I'm just kidding.
Is that the two leads, basically that girl and her boyfriend.
And Matt Shively is the actor. The guy, he plays her boyfriend Ben in the movie.
What's he been in before?
It looks like The Hills, frankly.
Okay,
but no.
but the two of them. This is the first time I saw one of these movies where I liked the characters, and I liked those two. I mean, they were kind of funny. They had a good banter. I liked what was happening with them, and I thought, you know what, you could take them and build an actual movie and not have this kind of bullshit improv found footage shit going on. But just that setup with the two of them, I was okay with that. And even the way they were like, okay, well, if we put cameras, if we open these laptops, we can film. You know what? Actually, that was pretty dumb.
Yeah.
I take that back. But the thing is, what they had the structure of what could have been a good movie because her family, her parents at least, they have this strained relationship where they're on the brink of divorce or it's just not working. The dad's obviously gone. He's working on the road a lot. So him being there, being like a halfway absentee dad and just like, oh, yeah, what you kids would do with these special effects. I'm like, this is enough to build something good. But they didn't.
Actually, I didn't even think about that. This could have been something where the teenagers were going. They were the one investigating all of this.
Yeah.
They were the ones who were actually. They probably would have even given them a good excuse to have all the cameras that they use in the movie. Where they don't do that here. They have no real excuse to use anything. And I like that they even try to bring in more. It's not enough with the cameras now. Like they're on Skype shooting this stuff, and they're using cell phones now. And I'm thinking, shit, what are they going to do in Paranormal Activity 5? Are they going to tweet the movie in at
See,
this point?
exactly. It actually looks like they took the jokes that we tweeted after Paranormal 3, like, oh, I bet in the next one they'll use Xbox Connect, and went, oh, that's a good idea. JK, hashtag Skype.
And that's another thing that they use. They use the Xbox, and it actually is kind of cool at first because they use the infrared to show you all the motion sensor dots.
It's the best scare in the movie.
Yeah, and you can see things moving within the dots.
You guys want to see something really cool with the Kinect that you can do? Kinect projects tracking dots.
Whoa!
But I mean, this movie doesn't. They rush it out so fast, and they try to get it out there, and they know it's lazy, man. This movie's fucking lazy.
Yeah.
They know that these people are not asking for much, and they don't give them much. And it just amazes me that you can bring in all these fucking devices into one movie, and you can't use any of them to any good effect for more than 2 minutes.
Yeah. It's like all the criticisms that people have about the first three that I don't necessarily agree with, they're trying to bring out in this movie. It's like, oh, you thought it was dumb before. Now we're going to put cats and the boyfriend playing pranks and literally a scene where the ghost takes a knife up into the air. So the whole movie, it's like the sword of Damocles. It's like, when is it going to fall? When is it going to fall? I don't fucking care!
And when it does, it's like, well, that was kind of lame.
Yeah, you shot your wad, ghost.
Yeah. No, man, I'm telling you. It's been a long time. It's been a long time since I pointed the finger at the audience and said, "You motherfuckers are pissing me off." But you begin to really fucking rustle my feathers with this series, man. Because y'all come in, you're being cheated, people. You're being fucking cheated.
You're being swindled and hornswoggled.
You're being hornswoggled and bamboozled.
Flim-flammed even.
I should put on a bow tie and a suit and some Malcolm X glasses, stand in front of the theater and tell her, you're being hornswoggled, people. You're being bamboozled. You didn't land on Paranormal Activity. Paranormal Activity landed on you. It's really you. I can't believe that you're still falling for this. And even after the movie was over, I was pissed off because people on their cell phones and they still want to just convince themselves it's scary, and they just don't want to. They want to lie to themselves. They don't want to admit that it's bad. One guy was on the phone. He's like, "Yeah, man, it took a long time for it to get started. It was slow. It was kind of boring, but the last 5 minutes was scary." It
wasn't.
No, and it wasn't. It wasn't. And you want to know something? The last 5 minutes of this movie, I don't give a fuck. I'm gonna spoil it. I'm not really spoiling it, but I'm just gonna tell you this much: it's the same fucking thing as the last movie.
Yeah. The problem I had with the last one is that they do introduce the most interesting concept 2 minutes before the credits. And apparently those filmmakers didn't have the same problem with their movie that I had with their movie because they're doing it again.
Yeah.
God damn it, I love that this is, I was trying to defend this series for a while because I always said, because people will come back to me because I know they'll use my words against me because I've always said, wow, I really appreciate a movie that doesn't have to show very much, it's very minimal and just uses the bare minimum of scares and is very creative with sound and shadow. And this movie, I'll give it to it. It did it for a couple of movies, but now, people, I'm telling you, listen to me. You're going to see this. You know what you're going to see? You're going to see a horror movie where a ghost rides a big wheel around the house.
Shining.
Likes to stack up toys in the hallway. Likes to play Xbox. I mean,
it's like a ghost vacation.
It is. You want to watch a ghost do mundane shit that you can watch your fucking relatives do any day of the
Holiday
week.
Road should have been at the end of this fucking movie playing over the credits.
I guess when people do this shit and they're invisible, then I guess that's when it's scary, but it really is the most tedious, mundane horror movie that I have ever fucking seen.
And the thing with the big wheel is such a hideous ripoff of The Shining. It's like, no, you haven't earned the right to reference The Shining in Paranormal 4. I'm sorry.
It's weird because watching this one, I've completely forgotten what any of the other ones are or were. And I seem to remember us coming out of the third one going like, well, it was better and kind of fun, maybe. But now I'm going, like, how could we have even possibly have said that?
Because the biggest question you have to ask yourself with a found footage movie is, why wouldn't you put down the camera?
Right.
And then I feel in the first three movies, to a certain extent, they explained it pretty well. It made sense. There's security cameras. You got a camera mounted on a fan swivel, which is funny, or it's mounted on a tripod. Okay, I get that. In this one, it's absolute bullshit. Yeah. She's running around filming stuff on her phone as shit is hitting the fan. So I'm like, okay, if I saw you from the outside, I wouldn't know if you needed help or if you were trying to get better cell phone reception. Because you're running around like, oh, what? I can't. What's going on?
That's why. That's another reason why I hate this movie.
Yeah.
I fucking hate this movie. I hate it. Because this is why I was talking about the last movie that we reviewed where we talked about how bad it was, and I was kind of going to give it a little bit of a slide and give it a rental, was Alex Cross. Before I really started thinking of things and saying, oh yeah, no, this really is bad, something else came in my mind, I was giving that movie a little bit of a pass because of movies like this. At least Alex Cross somewhat tried. This is a movie that doesn't try, because that is the biggest cardinal sin of a film to me, is when you don't try because you know that you have an audience they're going to part with their money easy no matter what you do. When you ride the franchise for its name alone, that pisses me off to no end. They've given up. They don't give a fuck how this stuff is being filmed anymore. I mean, you're right, Brian. Before, they had an excuse as far-fetched as it would get sometime. They always seem to say, all right, now we know you don't buy this, but it still kind of makes sense. Yeah. In the last movie, I actually thought it was kind of clever. Silly, but clever. Okay, wow, they're using old video camera technology.
Sure.
But here, okay, yeah, they're starting out with recording their Skype talks together. And you kind of buy it at first, but then, Leon, you pointed out, it's like, wow, so you leave your Skype on to record 24 hours a day on a hard drive that would not be able to hold like a week's worth of that footage.
And they set up several laptops.
See, that's the thing, is it's a good thing to live in an Apple store, because every fucking member of the family has 2 laptops.
Yeah.
For no reason at all.
And they've set them up in places where...
And just let them run and record continuously.
Yeah.
It's like, no hard drive could handle that.
And they just, and the fucking, it's a laptop. The laptop is there. Nobody bothers to like say, oh, I got to send an email. Let me get my laptop.
And she takes it outside with her to investigate things.
Well,
like, what?
Apparently, they just had a box of laptops they can just lay all around the house. And even after that, I'm pissed off at that. But
so the ghost of Steve Jobs. I figured it out, guys.
You're going to get Apple TV in your home one way or another, goddammit.
Upgrade! What's that?
But then they just say, the movie just says, fuck it. We don't even know where the camera's coming from. You say that this girl's filming with her cell phone. There's a point where when things start getting frantic, you don't know who's shooting what.
That's a good point.
By the end of this movie, and this is not a joke, by the end of this movie, people are running and stuff is being filmed. Nobody has a camera. And I don't know, maybe the ghost is like playing a prank. It's like, hey, I'm going to film her running after me.
Plus, there's times when, like, say she was going to film things with her camera. And you go like, all right, I'll buy into that. But then there's things that happen where it's like no one, if you were filming, would still hold the camera up. I mean, you'd put it down to talk to somebody because it's just fucking rude to talk to somebody face to face holding a camera recording them the whole time. Especially, it makes no sense for them to not acknowledge it. Or if you're filming so much that you almost get hit by a car, your brain goes like, oh, let me put this down until I get to my destination.
No, it's stupid because it's gotten to the point now we don't buy this anymore. Before they didn't have to go to the lengths that they are now to like film all the events that are happening. When a chandelier almost falls on your head, you don't keep filming while you're talking to somebody. Hey man, oh wait a minute, let me pull my camera out. Hey man, this chandelier almost fell on my head. You don't do that. When you're in a panic state, you put the camera down and you talk to people like a normal person. You don't keep filming this shit unless you're making a movie that you know is going to make a lot of money.
I'm going to do that at the next spill.com. I'm just going to, instead of talking to people face to face, I'm just going to talk to them through my camera phone. And then as I get drunk, see if I can keep, okay, I'm still filming. It's like, Brian, you're in the trunk of your car. Oh, okay.
And really, to that same point, what camera phone is this that has enough of a battery to film as much as they were doing?
And memory. She's filming for days and days and days on a camera phone.
Again. Yeah. I mean, you talk about Steve Jobs, that's the iPhone 6 or some shit. That's some shit that even came out yet.
Paranormal hard drive space.
Shit, I will, call me. Don't spend money. Call me to come to your house. I will put string on furniture and just pull it, and I will drag things across the room.
Hang in the attic for days, just manipulating what's going on.
Yeah, when you go to bed, I will take shit and knock it off the counter. I will jump out at you every now and then when you're coming into the kitchen to get some water or something. I'll run behind you, laughing and shit. Give me the money. I can be scarier than this shit. I know I don't have that far enough reach to tell you don't do this. Don't spend your money on this.
Why are you doing this?
Why am I doing what?
Wasting your breath.
You're right.
You know your words are gonna fall on deaf ears.
If I can just stop one person from going to see this goddamn movie,
I don't think you can.
If I can just reach one person, if I can just reach one soul, and make some sense to them. I'm that kind of guy. Said, you know what? You like what you like. You do what you want to do. It's your money. But I'm begging
Don't
you.
do this.
But this right here, please, people. Just that one person. Don't go see this. I mean,
Please don't make it so we get another one. Please, God.
Yeah. Now see, now you're wasting your breath because they're filming that right now.
Right.
Well, I've already got an idea for it. It's going to be a camera that follows around the Home Depot employee that sells these people the loudest fucking doors in the history of mankind. Every time a door slams in any of these paranormal movies, it sounds like a bomb went off. They're just wooden doors, people.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
they have. I like the way when it's supposed to get scary. Now, I'm down for sound effects making things scarier, but fuck, man, in this is like when things are supposed to get scary, the air conditioner kicks up a little louder, or the wood on the floor becomes creakier when it never was before.
Yeah.
The hinges on the door become creakier. People start slamming shit. It's the same shit that you've seen before, and it's not used to any better effect than before. If you've seen 1, 2, or 3, you don't have to.
And they
do
milk
this.
that shit. It used to be that they would play this like rumble sound anytime the demon was present. It's like, oh shit, something's about to go down. And they let that go for like 10 straight minutes without anything happening. It's like, fuck you, movie.
Yeah, no, I was going to give this movie some old bullshit, but no. The way that you were coming in and you would just rip it. You could say people got what they wanted. No, I would think for you people. You don't want this. They're ripping you off. If you give your money to them, you might as well be throwing your money in a fucking street. You might as well be giving your money to a ghost because, I mean, it's going to nothing except probably another movie where they're going to rip you off again. Fuck you, fuck this movie. I've never been this angry about a fucking movie. This is the highest fuck you I've seen this year, man. I don't know how many movies I've given a fuck you to, but fuck this one. Fuck it up his ghostly ass. I can't take this. Woo!
Yeah, man, we have seen the end of Captain Matinee.
No, you ain't killed him yet. And if he is dead, his ghost is coming back. No, but I can tell you,
But he ain't gonna do shit.
But, yeah,
except eat food out of my fridge. Move my chairs around so I trip over in the middle of the night.
But-
God damn it, you assholes!
but no, Commander fuck you is here right now for this. No.
There was a point early in the movie where I saw myself giving it a rental because I did like the actors better than I have in any other movie. And I knew I liked them because whenever Katie comes back into it, I kept going like, that's right, she is a shit actress. That's why she was in these movies to begin with, because they were like, hey, we need somebody who doesn't look like they're acting like they're a real person. It's like, no, she doesn't seem like a real person. She seems like a real terrible actress. And even though she's supposed to be not all that emotive as someone who's possessed or is the demon, whatever the fuck she is, she's still terrible. Even just walking around looking creepy, it's like, you're not even doing that right. But the more the movie went on, the shit was ridiculous. Things where I'm like, I can't ignore how stupid this is. And if that wasn't enough, there comes that point, 45, maybe 50 minutes in, where it's like, okay, I'm not focused on how stupid it is because I am bored to shit. Nothing is happening. It's all the cameras in one spot. It's like, it's not even like it's catching you off guard, because there comes a point where it fixes on one view on one particular camera, usually some laptop that's set up somewhere. So you know, okay, it's where's Waldo? Where do I find the shadow? Where's it coming? It's going to be a noise. It's going to be a shadow. It's going to be a cat. It's going to be a prank. It's going to be one of those things. It's like you got 4 things to choose from. It happens. It has no emotional effect whatsoever. It's not even the least bit surprising. There's no jump. It's a jump scare with no scare to it. It's like, okay, something moved. Are you gonna get the show on the road or not? And by the time it reaches the end, you're just like, I just want this to be over. And the minute you say that, it's over.
It's
like
over.
That. It's like
Yeah.
it's not even having an ending. They just cut it off and go up, black screen credits. And it's just such a feeling of like, wow. As much as I sat here, I kind of made a deal with you that I was going to sit here while you told me your story, and you totally fucked me on that.
Yeah.
You didn't even give me that. It's like I didn't even like where it was going, and you still gypped me out of any kind of feeling of closure whatsoever. I'm not mad enough to give it a fuck you, because I've never liked any of these movies, but it is definitely some old bullshit.
Well, I liked it. No, I'm just kidding.
You about to be a ghost. I'm about to wrap this cord around your neck and just choke the shit out of you.
You're absolutely right about the editing, though, because that's another thing that bothers me watching found footage movies. Is like, who edited this shit? If this is all just supposed to be stuff they found when they went into this house, who edited it all together? And they literally do this thing in this movie where, I mean, I've heard of jump scares, but jump cut scares I've never seen before. Where it's really like, he's over here. No, he's over here. It's like, oh, okay, just because it was poorly edited. Not because there was anything supernatural going on, but literally they will jump from this part of the room to this part of the room just because it's a jump in the edit. And I'm like, fuck you. That's like beyond cheap. And they do. They add so many like things like pranks and cats. There were at least 2 cat jumps in this movie.
2? Yeah,
like I expected Joel McHale to come out and be like, "We got to deal with this psychotic cat."
Did you notice the point where the cat even jumped in front of the camera, almost like smiled?
Yeah.
Hey,
Gotcha, bitch.
Y'all still watching this? Okay. All right, keep going.
And I honestly like the switcheroo that they try to pull is just absolute bullshit. Like, it's almost a middle finger to the audience, and I won't say what it is, but if you actually try to consider the logistics of what they're trying to shove down your throat, you're going to want to walk out of the theater, because it could not be more bullshit. And, yeah, it's boring. The actors are unappealing. Katie, God love her in her chest. She is
fine.
It's like, even when she's supposed to be a demon, they're highlighting her chest, like she's Freddie Boober or something. And it's like...
Did you notice that they know that. They know that.
Oh, of course they do.
Know she got some. They know she got like titties and ass on her, because every time in every movie. Now, have you noticed that whenever she gets possessed, she has to put on that tight shirt and those shorts,
wife beater, and
no little ass hugging shorts,
like she about to do yoga of the damned.
Yeah, you know the demons probably fucking with her. You know, I can't come to the port unless you put on them titty hugging shirts and them tight ass pants. Can you do that for me? Rah.
He's a horny demon, man.
Yeah.
What can I say?
He's like, hey, I gotta get something out of this.
Yeah, but just in the interest of keeping us from getting another one, this movie is a big fuck you.
No, it is, man. You know, I will elaborate on why it furthermore is a fuck you, because these guys, really, it takes two people to direct a movie that's not edited, has bad actors, it's nothing but fucking random video footage. 2 people? For real? I mean, they didn't even have to be on the set to direct this movie.
Right.
This is not only a bad movie in that they repeat what they do, it is some of the worst filmmaking, and they get to make up, and they get, god damn, why can't I get a paycheck for doing this? They get a paycheck for doing nothing. They don't direct. There's no cinematography here. No. This is a bad fucking film in every way.
Now, you can't have cinematography if your premise is that it's found footage. That would be too much. But to me, it's just like, there's nothing scary. Like, the whole scary thing is like, oh, suddenly this girl is behind you. And I'm like, yeah. And if I turn around and she was there, I would uppercut that bitch like a bus driver.
Actually, see, that's another thing that's not scary.
Yeah, it's like, okay, this random chick is in my house. Hey, get the fuck out.
Either sit him on top of my head or get the fuck out of my room.
I can't tell you how many times I wish she was behind me so I could turn around and go like, between them boos. I'll have her ass running.
Cast with a friendly ghost, baby. With a friendly boo.